Alright, today we're going to test some arrow flight on 4 different arrows here, and then also 2 different bows. And if it works out, I'll also measure the penetration on the foam target. Take that one with a grain of salt because my foam block target out back here is about a year old and has had a few arrows. But we'll measure it anyways, just for fun. So the first arrow, we're gonna shoot my bow first, and then we'll shoot my wife's bow. So my bow is 60 pounds, hers is 40. I'm really curious with a couple arrows on her bow, but anyways, so the first arrow we'll shoot is 600 grains. The next one, 470 grains. The next one, 445. And then our last arrow is 400 grains. So most of this is all just for fun and games, but I'm really curious with my wife's bow because she's sighted in with my arrows at 470 grains. But I got her this little arrow combo here down to 400 grains. So it's just a little 85 grain field point with a little bit lighter arrow. And I'm just really curious about that one. So yeah, let's do it. I'll shoot all those arrows in order with my bow, and then we'll go back and we'll just shoot the 470 and the 400 with her bow, and do the same thing. We'll measure and everything else. So just a curiosity check. Like, it's fun. I can already tell you that I used to shoot the 435 grain arrow, and I built new arrows and they turned out to be 470 now. So only a 25 grain difference there, and I had to completely resight in my bow. Like, I mean, huge difference. So hopefully we can be able to see that right now. I'm telling you, the amount of traffic on my dead-end street the moment I get my bow out. Alright, we're shooting 30 yards out in the street here. 600 grain arrow. Coming up. Not gonna lie, that flew really nice. Alright, the 470 grain gold tip hunter that everybody's trash talking all the time. You know why I like the gold tip hunter? Because it's cheap. And when I see a rock chuck, I'm gonna smoke it. Okay? So take your expensive arrows, keep them. Because I'm gonna blow them up on a rock. I think I might actually be sighted in a little high. That's the arrow that I'm sighted in for there. And felt like a good shot. All right, 445 grain arrow. Okay. So we can definitely blame maybe a little of that on the shooter. Also, it does look like I'm sighted in. I mean, I gotta shoot a couple more arrows to really find out, but I'm probably sighted in about 2-3 inches high. Obviously the 600 grain arrow, I mean, there's at 30 yards, you guys, we're only shooting 30 yards. I mean, there's a foot difference here. I should go get the tape measure. There's a foot difference here between 445 grains and 600 grains at 30 yards. That is a foot different. The 470 grain arrow closed the gap a little, but I mean, you still got 9 inches right there. Okay, I gotta do it again. Because I didn't know that these were gonna miss the target. Let's go ahead, Let's shoot him again. I'll make this really quick on there. Just snap, 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 so you guys can see it one more time. See my not so great shooting skills, looks like. Anyways, but I'm gonna aim right in the middle this time with every arrow. So hopefully all of our arrows hit the block. Let's do it again. All right, that was a better representation. At least they're all in the target. And I'm a little warmed up, so I think the shooting got better. But that's pretty much, I mean, that's like exactly what I expected to see. Let's get the tape out and measure penetration. I can already tell by looking that this 470 grain gold tip hunter here penetrated the furthest, but it's also hitting the center of the target, which all the way around all four sides of this thing has been hammered the most. So I expect this to penetrate deeper, okay? But nevertheless, let's measure. 600 grain arrow. $15 inches on the 600 grain. Yep, 16 inches right there with the gold tip hunter, 470 grain arrow hitting in the center. And this is really funny because, I mean, look at this, it's, you know, an inch higher, you know, and I feel like that was some good shooting if I don't say so myself, because that's what you would expect. This grain is 400 and, or this arrow is 445 and 400. So a little lighter, about an inch higher, pretty much what you'd expect. Looks like they penetrated about the same. Oh, I didn't check it. How did I screw that up? Okay, they were like identical penetration. So let's see what they did. Yeah, about 13.5 inches. So, I mean, I'd say definitely a difference between weight. I mean, the 600 grain arrow was what, 15 inches? 13.5 inches on the 400, so definitely a difference. All right, the GoPro is apparently malfunctioning. I guess it's too hot out here. It keeps shutting off on me. So here's the wife's bow, 40 pounds. The arrow she sighted in for at 470 grains, and a 400 grain arrow, about a foot higher. 9 inches of penetration on that one. Well, thanks for watching. I feel like it was kind of a rough, quick video, but I was gonna come out here and do it anyways. I was just gonna come out here and play with those arrows, and like I said, I was mostly curious about my wife's arrow and the difference in the 40 grain and the 470, and it's a big difference, and I think that she'd probably have better success, you know, with the lighter arrow. But all right, as always, thanks for watching, and don't be afraid to hit the like button, because why not?